Today we're going to be taking a look at the Peterson Mini Strobe Light Bar. This is going to be a great accessory for a lot of different applications, whether you're somebody who's going to use your truck as a snow plow in the off season, maybe you use it out on the farm, you're towing vehicles, whatever your application might be, this is going to be a great thing to have since it'll warn other drivers to stay clear, and it's a pretty easy to use system. So we'll have our light bar itself. It comes with 2 permanent mount feet, so these just go on the bottom. You will have to drill through the roof of your vehicle to get this installed. The rubber feet go on the bottom here, and then the hardware comes up through the roof or wherever you choose to mount this, maybe not on the roof of your vehicle but on a bracket somewhere, and then the hardware just goes up through wherever your mounting surface is into the foot and then through it and then into the light itself. So that's going to protect whatever surface we're mounting this to from any damage from our light and from our light from the roof or wherever we're mounting it to. There is also a kit for a magnetic mount that is sold separately. That part number is going to be 751-24K, and that's going to come with a magnetic plate. Again, this is sold separately, but basically it mounts up the same way using the same hardware, that bolt and the flat washer and lock washer. It's going to have a little wider base. It fits into that wider basin, and now this is just going to stick onto your car by the big magnet in here. It's just a rubber kind of silicone foot that goes around the magnet. You can actually take that out and replace it if the silicone happens to start to deteriorate after a time, but mounts up the same way. That's a nice option for you there. Again, that is sold separately. You can find that right here at etrailer.com. As far as our light, go ahead and turn this on so you can see the different flash patterns. It's going to have 23 different flash patterns, and the wiring that we have to connect will have 3 wires: red for power, black for ground, and then there's going to be a blue wire which lets you change that pattern. So if we put that over to power, you can see it's going to change my pattern. And if you tap it 3 times, it'll take it back to the first pattern. So if you're looking at the list, you can actually go down the list to find the pattern that you want if it's a little hard to identify just from looking at it. So as you can see, we're going to have amber LEDs to provide a nice clear warning to anybody out there. It's going to be very bright. Turn the studio lights off so you can see what it's going to look like in a more low light situation. Nice and bright, clearly warns anybody around us that we're on the road and we're coming right for them. So we'll have those 3 wires to mount up. Now it comes with just a bare terminal here, so we'll have to hardwire in those 3 wires, but you can unconnect this or disconnect this and then use the wiring harness that comes with our magnetic mount, again sold separately, but that's going to be a 12-volt option, and this just plugs right into place. And now you can remotely operate this with the switch. If I can get that lined up. There we go. So now you'll have a powered switch to turn it on and then a button to go through all those patterns instead of hardwiring it in. So it's pretty nice. It's just a little plug-and-play harness, again, that comes with the magnetic mount, which is sold separately, using that using 751-24K. Now, as far as the light specifications, overall, it's going to be about 14 inches wide by about 8 inches long and about 2 inches tall. There are 24 diodes in total, all amber color. It displays in 360 degrees. So all the way around the light, we'll have that kind of diamond pattern that our LEDs are in. It looks pretty nice. The power draw at 12 volts is going to be 3.8 amps. At 24 volts, it's 1.9 amps. And this does take a 6 amp fuse. So if you choose to hardwire this in, you will need to put a fuse in line. The LEDs are protected by a limited lifetime warranty from Peterson. This is DOT compliant, compatible with 12 volt and 24 volt DC systems. We've got that nice clear lens over our amber LEDs. There's reverse polarity protection, so if we happen to switch around our wires, we don't have to worry about messing up our light overall. I think this is a really nice system. It looks good. It's going to be very easy to mount up. Clearly going to make our life a little bit easier whenever we're out towing and we need people to be aware that we're coming for them. And that's going to do it for our look at the Peterson Mini Strobe Light Bar.